Good day, my fellow Nigerians. You're welcome to today's discourse. It's a continuation of my previous talk where I talked about development of work ethic. Now, work ethic is something that we need to develop as a nation, as a people. I'm talking about everybody in Nigeria. We need to develop work ethic. Now, work ethic also implies that we shift or we move away from this blaming the government, blaming the government, blaming the government. The government has to fix this right. They have to fix the economy. They have to do this one. They have to. So every day we are looking for something to blame. But the truth is that I think Dale Carnegie or Norman Vincent Peale wrote a book and said, "Stop complaining and start living." Okay, we need to develop work ethic. Now, work ethic is an individual thing. It's not, forget the government, forget the institutions, forget whatever institution or forget whatever thing that is causing that stumbling block, that is causing a nag, that is causing a setback or a problem in the system. No, forget it. Build your work ethic. Yes, I know the economy is tough. Yes, okay, I try to classify by saying there's a thousandaire economy, there's a millionaire economy, there's a billionaire economy, and there's a trillionaire economy. Now, a thousandaire economy is where a large percentage of the population are living in thousand, whether it's dollars or naira or whatever, but they can barely afford the basic necessities of life. Now, you have the millionaire economy where you have a lot of millionaires in the economy as a result of their hard work or their effort towards being successful. You have the millionaire. Then you have the billionaire economy, which is an advanced millionaire economy. Then you have the trillionaire economy, where you have businesses in this economy, that's in the economy of that nation. Businesses that are trillionaires, that they have trillions. No, I'm not talking of criminal or fraudulent business or something. No, I'm talking of genuine business that are trillionaires. We have them in so many nations. And these are the these are the movers of the economy. These are people who make the economy buoyant. Okay? Like in America, I know there are over 10 companies or 20 that are worth trillions today. In so many other nations, you may have them. Okay? But the point is, in a thousandaire economy, things are a bit tough. Yes, things are tough, but that does not mean that you will not succeed. You can succeed because success is independent of the economy. Now, like Jack Ma said something, I don't know how he put it. I can't really rephrase it, but what he said was, is the success of the people that spills into the nation and makes the nation great. It's not the nation that becomes successful before the people become successful. No. It is the success of the people that spills into the nation that makes a nation successful. So we as a people, we Nigerians, will have to be successful individually. Then our collective success will spill into the nation, will pour into the nation. Let's take, for instance, if you have a company that you employ 10,000 people. When you employ 10,000 people, you have automatically moved out 10,000 people from the labor force. Now, these 10,000 people have dependents, you have girlfriends, you have husbands, you have wife, you have children. So at the end of the day, you may be saving as much as 50 to 100,000 people from suffering, because as you're making life easier for people. Okay, so if one person, let's take for instance, we have River State. If we have 100 people who are able to employ 10,000 people from River State, direct and indirect employment, what are we talking about? We're talking 100,000 multiplied by 100. So we're having close to 1 million or 1 million and people who are becoming, whose lives are becoming better, who no longer have to complain, they don't have money, they can't pay their bills and all that and all that. Success is independent of the economy. That's the point I want us to understand. And the success is dependent on the work ethic we develop, how dedicated we are towards building our economy. for our nation, because the building of a nation is the individual's responsibility. Celine Dion said something. She said, "It's work that makes the power grow." Now, the truth is, for whatever thing you work on, whatever thing you care to put your will behind and dedicate your time and passion to, or you dedicate your time and effort to, gradually you begin to become better in it. You become better and you become better, and after a point, you become so excellent in it. Because that's the key of success. It's a principle of success. And it's the same thing that makes us as human beings. If you have a phone, now maybe your phone has an issue, you prefer to take it to a craftsman or a repairer who has been in the trade for 6 to 10 years or 20 years than an apprentice who just graduated from his training last month. Why? Because you believe that this one that has been in the game for a long time has better experience. He knows his way around and he can do things that is wonderful. Okay, that's because work makes the power grow. So for you to be successful, you have to invest your time, your energy, your effort into building what you are doing, because it is the individual success that makes the nation. Okay, and it's the key to national growth. If we must grow, then work ethic is indispensable to this process. Okay, so what makes the power grow? Keep becoming better in what you are doing. Do what you are doing. Do what you're doing to a point that you are so excellent that people imitate you, or people look up to you, or people want to come to you. If you're a businessman, even in the midst of where you have a lot of business like your own, people look at you or use you for an example for other people. Okay? Now, as a nation or as a people, we need to understand that success success comes after strong effort, after great effort. Success doesn't just come on a bed of roses, because the truth is life is not a bed of roses. Or no, I put it this way, I say life is a bed of roses but not without thorns. What do I mean? Now, if you look at every rose flower you see, the rose is fine, the flower and all the opens. But if you look beside the flower, you see some thorns. And even if you want to pluck the rose flower, you have to be careful so the thorns do not injure you. Okay, as a gardener, I love roses and I have roses in my gardens. Sometimes after walking my rose flower, I feel pain for 2 or 3 days, because while walking on the rose flowers, the spikes, those thorns, will pierce you several times. Maybe the dry one, or you're trying to maneuver your way or something. To pierce you is very painful. So life is a bed of roses. The rose of life is our aspiration, our goals, our visions, our dreams, our ambition. That's the rose of life. But the thorns of life are those challenges, those setbacks that comes to us. But you don't look at the thorns of life, because it's just like you have a gold miner. You don't go to a gold mine looking for gold the way that you put it as necklace. No, gold comes with a lot of impurities, and you go through massive. In fact, you have to mine tons of sand, and ton. When I say ton, I'm talking of trailer loads of sand just to get maybe a gold of this handful. So imagine the work that is done. Truck drivers, equipment, excavators, operators, and all those big giant earth moving things will work just for you to get small gold. But when that gold goes to the market, its value is high. That's how success is. Success doesn't just come on a platter of gold like that. No. No. So for you to be successful in what you are doing, you have to put in so much effort. I like to use the illustration from or the example of Steve Jobs. Today everybody knows Apple. Apple is the best for this, that. So you see a hungry person, you see just two girl where his temple that is here. She wants to use iPhone. because iPhone belongs to a class. Yes. Now, but do you know that it wasn't easy for Steve Jobs when he started it? No, it wasn't. I'm not going to talk about the story there because that's a whole topic on its own. That's a big talk. But the point is, he went through hell to build that company. At a point, he was kicked out of his own company. Do you know what it means? That you started a company and you were kicked out. You had to buy your way back into the company. That was what happened to him. So success doesn't just come like that. It comes with strong efforts. The higher you dream, the higher you want to go, the deeper you have to put in effort. It's like if you're building a house, if it's a bungalow, your foundation can be 3 or 4 blocks deep. But if you're building a 10-story building, the foundation will be deep. I'm talking of maybe 15, 20 feet deep. And those masons who work in the foundation or who work in the buildings, they know how difficult it is for you to lay block inside a foundation hole that is deep. Because you don't have much space. But you have to make this thing straight. So it's challenging. So when you have challenges as you try to climb the ladder of your success, don't get discouraged. Maybe because the economy is a Nigerian economy, I'll call it a Tanzania economy. So don't get discouraged because we're in a Tanzania economy. Rather, look to the roads of your aspiration. Look to where you are going. Then, when you become super successful, you are now a block in the building called Nigeria. When we start having similar blocks like you, when we have so many blocks like you, then we become a successful nation. Okay? Let me use a simple illustration. Like in my primary school in the 80s, early 90s, we had a lot of Ghanaian teachers. We had Ghanaian teachers in my primary school. And Ghanaian teachers are known for being good at teaching. They are excellent teachers. If a Ghanaian teacher teaches you, you will understand. It's like that your head, even if it's issue block, is a block inside, they will open it, upload the hard drive, socket it into your head and put that knowledge. Okay? Now, maybe it started with somebody, or maybe it started with an institution, or I don't know how it started, but the point is Ghanaians are known for good teaching. They are good teachers. And today, what is happening? A people who said Ghana must go, you will carry that big bag, say Ghana must go. It may surprise you, it may shock you that thousands of students go to Ghana to study from Nigeria. And according to my research, the little thing I was able to Google out, in 2021, they said there were Nigerian economy or Nigerians studying in Ghana. Their total school fees was $155 million. Is that not embarrassing? If people who said Ghana must go, who gave that bag, we say Ghana must go. I no longer see it these days because maybe tush bags has come out and a lot of people are shy to carry Ghana must go. I was discussing with a friend the other day and we're talking about nations and their growth. And I said, have you ever wondered something? Great Britain, I don't know the size actually, but I believe it's not as big as Rivers State, Bayelsa, Delta, and maybe 4 or 5 states within the down south. I don't think it's as big as them. But have you ever wondered how their money is the biggest? Even though they are producing, she said they are not producing anything, that Britain is great, the UK, this one, that. I kept quiet in the beginning. Then later I said, do you know how many students that go to UK to study? She looked at me. And somehow I think she's in the academia somehow. So she understood where I was coming from instantly. Now, from my research, in 2021, it's Google. You can search it. In 2021, there were 21,305 students who left Nigeria and went to UK to study. And you and I know that school fees there is not school fees of maybe 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira. By the time you convert the money, it's above 10 million naira. Let's say the average or the cheapest is 10 million naira. Now, out of these 21,000 something students, it was said that 2021 alone, Nigerians gave UK economy 1.9 billion pounds. Now, I'm going to say it again. 21,305 students gave UK 1.9 billion pounds. And this economy that we say is poor, we say we're a poor people, abi? So where did this money come out from? We plug them for 3. In that same 2021, okay, no, I don't have any data for 2021 from America. But after 2022 says 14,438 students. There was no financial or there was no monetary value attached to it on the website I checked. Now in 2018, I can't really recall the figure there of how many students, but what the website said is that Nigerians gave America $514 million. Now remember, somebody said UK, Britain, they need to do anything, they need to work anything, that they are not producing anything. But you have 78,000, you have thousands of students leaving Nigeria to go to UK to study. So if in 2018 we gave them 514 million America, I wonder how many we gave UK or Great Britain in 2018. So we have trillions leaving Nigeria to these economies. And tomorrow somebody will blame, government, education. I'm school, get head and tail, they put us for strike. They put us on strike. The student that is going to that school that ASU is on strike, how good are they? Are they better than the ASU lecturer? Or is the ASU lecturer better than the government that put them on strike? The 3 of them owe nothing. Far from me, the ASU lecturers are worse than even the government and the student. In fact, the student owe Nakamukis because I don't understand them. You see an average undergraduate, there is nothing he knows. He can't even defend his cause. He doesn't know anything. Nothing. It's just to sort his way through school. I'm talking of, I discuss with certain people that are in the academia. When they tell you things that are going on there, you cry for Nigeria. And all we're calling is government. What concerns government and the fact that a graduate cannot even write an application letter? Is it the governor of his state that will leave his office and come and teach that student how to write application letter? Or that we're talking about a student that cannot do a Google research, a simple search to find out something. He cannot do it. And you are calling on government. Yes, I'm not saying the government has tried. Yes, no. The government, their own self, I no one put math there because I want to sleep for my ass. Now the point is, Ghana, we're giving Ghana 155 million. And let me be sincere with you, I think these facts are less than what it actually is. Because I have somebody in the academia who told me that in 2022, over 50,000 Nigerians left for UK to study. But what I have here is 21,000 something in 2022. So I can't imagine the figure we're talking about. It's because people have perfected themselves. People have made that economy grow. If if you're browsing, there's no day you go online and you go to 5 or 6 websites and you won't see master degree UK, master degree here, master degree here, blah, 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 BSc. Blah. Is it the government that built those things? No. It is the people. I don't see adverts from Ghanaian University, maybe one or two you just see. I see mostly America, UK, America, UK, America, UK. It's people that built it. So if you're telling me, yes, America, their economy is due, their economy is that, what about Ghana? Who said Ghana must go? Rwanda fought Tutsi, Hutsi, whatever. I don't know the story of all those BS. But today, where Rwanda is, Nigeria hasn't got to that level. Up till today in Nigeria, you send text, you no go. You do transfer at your bank, you send the money. I return my money now, since the owner, the person who I send the money to, no see. Return my money. Now tug of war. You go here, you leave your business, you go to the bank, you fill form, you call. 1 week, 1 month, some people 3 months, you get tired of the money. Because everything is done shabbily. We don't care. Even the bank staff will talk to you carelessly. For your own cash, your own money where you work out hard, you suffered and work out this money. Somebody is treating you carelessly like you are a non-entity. So we have that lifestyle of, I don't care. According to one of my friends, he calls it, I don't care. And that's what we need to change. We need to bring in the work ethic. We need to build ourselves in those things we're doing, because it is these little things that makes life easier for people. Wherever you are is an opportunity to serve people. You don't make things difficult and you expect the economy to grow. Economy cannot grow because God will not come down from heaven. The angels will not come down from heaven to come and grow our economy. God works with you, but not for you. Hence, God does not interfere in human activities, no matter how much you pray. God will not interfere until you take action. If you pray from now till next year that you want to get to work where they will pay you 5 million naira, if you like, no go school. Don't go and become an engineer and work in the oil sector. I'll see who will employ you as an illiterate and pay you 5 million or 3 million. For every success, there is an effort. And if our economy has to grow, if our economy has to become better, we have to work it out by becoming efficient, excellent in what we're doing. So you have a responsibility to Nigeria. I have a responsibility to Nigeria. All of us have a responsibility to Nigeria because we are all tiny blocks in the building called Nigeria. It doesn't matter how much we think we're insignificant or how much we think we're significant. The point is, we have a responsibility to grow Nigeria. And if we fail in that responsibility, no miracle will come and make Nigeria a greater nation. That's the truth. Americans will not leave America and come and make Nigeria. Instead, they will come and cause problem for us and go back to their place and benefit out of the problem. After all, how many oil companies are Nigerian owned? Who is drilling on our oil? Nobody, you people, they drill. Over 60% of the world coffee is produced in West Africa. How many West African companies are giving us cocoa? Or even Bonvita? It's not honest still. No, you won't get it. But until you take the step, build your company, find out what it takes. Find out how these people built their system. Because the white man has learned how to make a system work. That's why his systems are working. We do it anyhow. You behave anyhow. Up till now, you send text, you no go. Network, they will tell you network is bad. Instead, they will bombard you with like 50 text message. Hey, this one, that one. That you will even be tempted to off your phone. I know how many times I've done do not disturb on my phone, so I don't get network messages. Why? You send me those BS messages, but when I send the one that is important to me, it doesn't go. The banks, you know how important business transactions are to people, yet a very simple thing that you upgrade your servers and do a lot of things in less than 1 day, it will carry the traffic. It's story that way. They're not even explaining anything to us. I've not seen any bank that came out, even throughout this cash crunch that we're experiencing. Nobody has explained anything because we're unimportant. So, if we have to grow, we have to change this mental attitude. We have to change this mindset. We have to change this laissez-faire attitude. This I don't care. This anyhow. And invest or inject work ethic into what we're doing. Because when you inject work ethic into what we're doing, we can grow the nation. We can make Nigeria a better place. We can achieve success beyond our widest imagination. Because success is not something that is out of reach. Everything has rules, and success has its own rules. If you follow those rules, success is yours. But if you don't follow those rules, no matter how much you do something else, it will not amount to anything. Ghana has made it, so don't tell me Ghanaian, the government, the economy is fine or this one. Look, go to some African nations and you'll be embarrassed at what you have in Nigeria. There's somebody I massage who always tells me that if you enter Nigeria, that even if they tie his eye and he comes into Nigeria from any African country, he will know it's Nigeria that he has entered. Because from the airport, what you see is disorder everywhere. And these people working in this airport, now people father, now people mother. I don't know if you're so disordered in public. What are you teaching your children at home? He says he knows. You go to so many other African countries, what you see is order. People are disciplined. People follow the rules of regulation of the system they are in. Someone told me in Ghana, the banks, you don't stand in the banks. They have chairs where you sit. Our own, they go keep you under sun. Sun will black you there. So, please, we can grow Nigeria, okay? Let's build our work ethic. Let's understand that work makes the power grow, and we can become a powerful nation if we grow our work, our individual work, or our individual efforts. We can become a great nation. I believe in Nigeria, and I believe that we can achieve greatness. First is we have the population, we have the manpower, we have the intellectual capacity. We have what it takes. Let's stop blaming the government and start working on ourselves and make Nigeria a greater nation. Thank you.